Hello, everybody. My name is Natalia, and today I'm going to talk a little bit about my project. But first, I want to say a little bit about me and how I end up here in this school. I grew up in a military base, and my father was a rocket engineer, and I worked for government for many years. But then I just get married and moved to the United States. And I was thinking about changing a career, and my husband thought, well, your father was a rocket engineer, so maybe you're analytical and maybe you can do something with computers. So one day, it was Thursday, it was very late, it was probably 8, and he told me, well, we are going to Miami and we're going to meet Daniela, who was still somewhere in Miami. So next thing we know, I know that we are driving to Miami. And we met Daniela. She was very nice. And she told me that, well, the school starts on Monday. I didn't know what coding was. I knew something with computers. And when she sent me some information for weekend to read, I saw there was like HTML. For some reason, I thought, well, probably it's HTTP. But I didn't even know why they call it that way. Right now, I know that it's a completely different situation. So, and now I'm here, learn a lot. It was sometimes it was fun, it was a bumpy road, but you really need to enjoy coding to do this. So, my project is Emigration Zoom. And the idea behind this was that I went through preparing tons of documents, and it took almost 6 months to get it. It was very confusing. I need to read a lot of information, and dealing with the government is very confusing. So after finally filing all the documents, I realized that it could be easier after I had all the lists that I needed. So when our teachers asked us what my project will be, I thought, well, I had a couple of ideas, and then one of them was, well, why don't I use the application and knowledge that I received after filling out all these forms. So that's how I came up with the idea of Emigration Zoom. And this is supposed to be quick and simple form helper, help people to find out all information they need and help them fill out the form. Idea was very beautiful at the beginning, and I really like it until Kobe started asking me questions of what is going to look like, how you're going to do it. And I said, like, well, I'm going to have an application, and then going to be another application, then click print, and you're ready. And he said, okay, it works that way. And then he started to draw in something on the board. After he finished it, I was just like, okay. I try not to think about it because I was very confused. In the middle of the process, I remember that Paula asked me, why did you choose something more simple? And I thought, well, I'm already in the middle. I'm going to continue. So that was beautiful when I started it. So, as I said, the idea is to help people to file the documents. It doesn't have to be very time-consuming. It doesn't have to be frightening, and it doesn't have to cost a lot of money. Because I do have like a list of documents that need to be filed, so I just wanted to share it with people. For my application, I used, as everybody in our group, a front end and back end. Front end, I'll show it later, demonstrate the actual applications, how it works, and the back end help everything runs. Yeah, then I will talk about this later. Can you please help me with the application? Oh, it's not me. Yep. So this is my form called Immigration Zoom. It's really simple, straightforward. Use everything that I learned here. It's Bootstrap, Jumbotron, cards. On the front page, you can just read the general information. Right now, I have just 2 cards here, but it has the possibility to, I can add as many forms as needed. Also, these forms could be put together in, like, let's say if you are applying for 485, all 6 forms are going to be included into into this part. Exchange of status requires different application. The list and application going to be on another page. So in order to get started, the user should register or log in if they already register, and I can just demonstrate it right now.
You want me to take the mic?
Yeah, thank you. So forms are really easy to use, and like as an example, I just registered new user, and I try to use another one right now. And log in. So I'm on the page where right now I can go and continue with the application and see what is available. So this is the list of forms that need to be filled out. They can be filled out one at a time or file all them together. The idea is that you have to fill out, let's say, 6 forms. Most of them have some general information like name, last name, middle name, address, phone numbers. These general information can be filled out before the whole process started, and all the forms going to be populated with the information which is general for all the forms. That makes it a little easier, so you don't have to fill out your name 5 times. Also, the first form is a spouse form. You can add spouse and address form, which also, like address form is general information, which will be populated into applications which are required. So, as an example, information which was filled out during the registration goes here, and the address going to be populated here already, and then spouse information gonna go next, and this is just an example of short form, and this is the new information which is like if let's say you need to fill out 130 form, this is going to be information here which required only for form 130. And after you submit it, you can continue the process with different forms. And also on the application, what I would like to have is on the left side, it's a list of doctors. Since the medical form is required, the list of doctors, let's say in South Florida, can be linked to can use this link to go to the list of the doctors. Also, idea that I had is it would be nice that the application was translated into Spanish, Russian, or any other language. So Yep. And yeah, this is it for now. And I'm gonna log out and go to the front page. So the challenges that I had working is, of course, connecting backend and front end. I needed a lot of help with that, and in order to be a coder, a successful coder, I think you need a patience. I need to have passion. You have to be really goal-oriented, and you have to read documentation. It's favorite phrase of Paolo, you have to read documentation. And I would like to continue with my project because it needs a lot of work, but I really like the idea that I had. And thank you very much for attention.